Okay, now taking number 11 from our book and working through the steps. I think the first thing I would like to show is that this can be rewritten like this. Some of you might be wondering how you rationalize that. One way to show it would be to say like this. Since 1/2 is a fraction and b is not written as a fraction, let's go ahead and write it as a fraction. Now you just multiply all these. 1 times b times h is bh. 2 times 1 times 1 is just 2. So that's how we arrive at that. And it's a simple thing if you understand, but I think that it's really important to know what you can do with this stuff instead of just blindly memorizing that. I don't see how you could memorize that and then expect to move on. It's the concept that's gonna save you no matter what situation. And actually we had when we were doing the previous work with unit analysis is when that same sort of thing sort of showed up, and I know this is an aside, and you need to know that this is not part of this problem. We're talking about converting 3/4 of a year into so many seconds or something, and some people didn't understand that this could be rewritten as 3 years over 4. And that's kind of like this same thing. We've got this BH is like that year, and I guess to illustrate how this turns into that, the same way I did this, you would put year over 1, because that's legal. A year, whether it's written just year or year over 1, year divided by 1 is still year. 3 times year, and then you got 3 year, and then 4 times 1 is 4, so that would be how you demonstrate that that actually happens. And that's important to be able to set it up that way. So back to this now. I've gotten you to arrive here, and I would like you to also know that, since we're dealing with different levels of the fraction on both sides and stuff's going to be switching around, let's put that a over 1. So now, if I wanted to get rid of, let's say, in this one they want to solve for b, so I want to get rid of that h, then I would multiply times 1 over h. That way the h's can cross cancel, and so 1 over h happens over here too. So the h's cancel. 1 times a is a, h times 1 is h, b times 1 is b, 2 times, well, there's like a understood 1 there. And so now b is almost by itself. We just need to get rid of that 2. The way we get rid of the 2 is 2 over 1. So that those will cross cancel. 2 over 1. So 2 times a is 2a over h equals b is by itself now over 1. You can just write b. And so that would be how you could do it one baby step at a time, but there's a way to actually solve it all in one step. So I'm going to take us back up to here. A over 1, BH over 2. And now if we multiply a combination of 1 over h and 2 over 1, in other words, if we multiply both sides by a 2 over h, then the h's cancel, the 2's cancel, and we end up with 2a over h equals b, which is the same thing we got there. This kills 2 birds with 1 stone. I suppose if I were to score this, I would be looking for the original problem written up at the top. Then the next step would be that you did both the work where you do both things to the same thing to both sides of the equation, and then the answer. So that'd be like a 3-point problem. And I guess in this case, if you broke it up, if you did it this way, this would be worth 1 point, and then this would be worth a point, the answer. So it'd still be a 3-point problem no matter which way you did it. So that's number 11.